have a balance. Everything.
Welcome to WhatGear Reviews, you legendary people. Today I'm going to be doing a 1 month later review on one of my favorite phones this year, the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II. And some of you guys that are following the channel from a long time ago will know I actually used to work for Sony Vaio. My name is Troy, Sony Vaio ambassador. And that in fact was one of my first ever videos that I ever made before I even came up with the name WhatGear. And I've been a fan of Sony products since way before then even. And that's why this phone, the Xperia 5 Mark II, is a very special phone for me. And it actually might be one of my favorite Sony Xperia devices of all time. And I'm about to explain why, but first I want to shout out the sponsor of this video. So there's so much chaos in the world today, and you know what we all need a little more of? Zen. Zen is a new suite of online financial services for average consumers like you and me, and Zen also has some amazing features for business owners too. So check this out, whenever you buy tech like the tech you see on this very channel, if you use your Zen account, you get an extended warranty on every single product. That's 12 months extra on top of the existing warranty. And as well as that, if you ever get messed around by a dodgy retailer sending you broken products or refusing to give you a refund, you don't even have to talk to that retailer. You just report it using your Zen app and they will deal with everything. So all you would do in this case is report the problem using the Zen app, snap photos and upload the files as proof, and then all you need to do is put your feet up and relax and let Zen take care of it. So here's another amazing Zen feature. And you know those times when you're shopping around online and you see cashback offers on specific products? Well, when you buy those, typically it can take a few weeks for you to get that cashback. Not with Zen. If you use your Zen account to buy products that have these cashback offers, you get that cashback paid directly into your Zen account within a few minutes. And here's another really awesome usability feature. You can actually link your Zen account to Apple Pay or Google Pay, and that makes life even easier. And there really is tons of amazing features the Zen offers. I don't have time to go through them all, so if you hit the link below this video, you will be supporting this channel, and you'll also get a 90-day free trial of the Zen app. So you might as well try it out, test it out. There's some awesome features on there, especially around this time of the year where you're doing a lot of shopping. Get that free trial, see what you think. Anyway, back to the video. So let's kick this off by talking about the original gangster Japanese design we have here on the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II. And just like the Xperia 1 Mark II, there's no obnoxious notch.
The notch, right.
And hit me up some fire emojis in the comments below if you're a fan of that. We've also got the iconic omni-balanced Sony symmetrical chin and forehead built around this 21:9 OLED 120Hz display. It's glass front and back, and it's built upon a metal frame, as Sony have spared no expense when it comes to premium materials. One thing I will say though, you might want to protect this with an extreme skin. I would advise it if you're not a fan of unsightly scratches, and I think Extreme Skins is the only company that make skins for Xperia phones, so go check them out. Another really significant design feature here is the stereo speakers, and we're not talking about one speaker being louder than the other. No, we're talking about perfectly balanced speakers, symmetrical on both sides. So when you're watching movies or listening to music with the phone in landscape mode, you get that perfect stereo experience. They're really well balanced, and balanced is what I believe to be a key word when it comes to the entire design of this device.
Have a balance. Everything be better.
Now I know a lot of the big tech YouTubers out there have taken a few shots at the naming strategy that Sony have used on the 1 Mark II and the 5 Mark II, but why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
I personally really like the Iron Man naming strategy, and it's in line with their alpha cameras as well, and because of the alpha features you get on these devices, it makes perfect sense to me. Let me know what you think about the naming strategy. So back to the design, and the unlock method of choice here on the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II is a side-mounted fingerprint reader, which I believe Sony were the first to do on a smartphone many years ago. And once again, that's an OG gangster move right there. This fingerprint method is seen on so many more devices today, and Sony pioneered it. I could be wrong. Let me know if there is any other phones before the Xperias that used a side-mounted fingerprint reader. Now here is a strategic move made by Sony, which I really appreciate. While many of the big brands are stripping out their headphone jacks in order to try and promote sales of their wireless earbuds, no names mentioned, Sony take comfort in the fact that their wireless headphone offerings are some of the best in the game, and they don't need to try and promote the sales on these by stripping out headphone jacks from their phone. And also the fact that they've kept that in there really appeals to audiophiles out there, people who really appreciate the highest quality music they can get from their devices. Yes, we've got LDAC and aptX, but I believe it's still true, the best sound quality still comes via a wire. So it's a big thumbs up for bringing the headphone jack back, in my opinion, and a brave move by Sony. So here's another unique feature to Xperia 5 Mark II and 1 Mark II, and it's this. It's what I call the quick release SIM tray, and it's really important for devices like this that have that crazy camera features like the Cinema Pro and the Photo Pro apps, particularly the Cinema Pro app, because if you're filming in 4K HDR 120 frames per second, which is an exclusive feature by the way, you're going to burn through that memory very quickly. So the fact that you can literally with your fingernail just pull that tray out, replace your expandable memory, slot it back in and carry on filming is such a great feature on a device like this, which is really camera focused. Now that 120Hz 4K video is exclusive to the 5 Mark II and actually doesn't exist on the more expensive 1 Mark II. However, the 1 Mark II has that 4K HDR display, so again there's a bit of balance going on here and it's a fair trade-off if you ask me. Now let's talk about this 120Hz display. Honestly, I've used a lot of phones and this might be one of the most smoothest UI experiences that I've ever had on a smartphone, and the fact that this has pretty much a stock Android feel to it apart from the Cinema Pro and the Photo Pro app, and the only device that might give you a slightly cleaner Android experience but maybe not such a smooth display is the Google Pixel devices. So that 120Hz display is actually another one up that the 5 Mark II has over the 1 Mark II, but again that 1 Mark II has that amazing 4K panel, once again that HDR 4K panel. So if you're trying to decide between the two, think carefully what's more important to you. So at its core, the Xperia 5 Mark II might be one of the most perfectly balanced smartphones at the time of this video. And I can definitely say it's one of the most pocketable flagship powered phones of 2020. I can't think of any others. And when it comes to the tech spec on the Xperia 5 Mark II, is stacked with a top tier 865 Snapdragon processor, a respectable amount of RAM, top tier OLED 120Hz display, good sized battery, and maybe the most unique design on a compact flagship ever. But hey, it's not all sunshine and roses here. There are some things that I think Sony need to work on, and hit me up some fire emojis below if you agree with any of the following. Sony need to bring back Xperia to India and the Philippines. I get comments on all of my Sony Xperia videos from you guys asking why did they take it away and wishing that it would come back. So hit me up some fire if you agree with that, if you want to bring back the Xperia to your countries. Another one is the lack of wireless charging. Now for me, wireless charging isn't a massive deal. I don't mind charging using a wire. I do understand that some people have invested in wireless chargers already, and if they're going to upgrade their phone, maybe you don't want to upgrade to a phone that doesn't have that capability. It would have been nice to see it here, but again, remember guys, balance. In order to keep the price point to where Sony want it to be, they have to omit some things, and in this case it's going to be the wireless charging. But the Xperia 1 Mark II does have wireless charging, so maybe that might be a better option for you if this is a problem. And one key area that I see all of you guys talking about all of the time, and in fact MKBHD made an entire video about this topic, and is Sony's ability to market and launch their phones. And the thing is, they already know how to do this. They're doing it right now with the PlayStation 5. I'm sitting there refreshing my browser every day, waiting for the stock to come back in so I can snap one up. I've even considered paying more off of eBay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. But the anticipation's there to buy the device as soon as it's available. If they could somehow create that kind of hype behind the Xperia phones, then I'm sure they'll be able to sell more units. And I'll tell you what else would sell more units: if they had some kind of exclusive PS5 integration with the phones that is exclusive to these phones, I'm sure they'd sell a few more handsets that way. Let me know if you agree with that. And last but not least is the color and finish on the devices. Now, you can't really complain with an all black phone like this unless you're a YouTuber, because I tell you what, there's nothing worse than trying to film nice B-roll on a phone that's all black like that. It's hard to make it look good. And I'd love to see maybe some of that frosted glass finish that a lot of other companies are using, or maybe even a two-tone finish, or maybe even some limited edition designs, maybe some kind of anime or manga style finishes on these phones. That would really give them a bit of a unique look, which I think these have, but maybe needs a little bit more improvement. So those are just a few thoughts that I had. Don't hate me for them. Anyway, let's go back to some of the strengths of the Xperia 5 Mark II. And this is a big one, and it's gaming. The Xperia 5 Mark II is one of the only Android devices that can actually run Call of Duty at 120 Hz. And on top of that, it uses Sony's Bravia TV tech to emulate a 240 Hz effect by adding in frames in between. That 120 Hz is already amazing. The 240 Hz, to be honest, 120 so fast it's hard to notice the difference, but I believe it's doing something and it's a great feature to have. And when it comes to gaming, you got that heatsink pass-through, which basically cuts the battery out of the equation, and the power is coming directly from your cable to the device, and therefore your device stays cooler for much longer when you're having those long, intense gaming sessions. And of course, you get the tactical advantage with that extra width. It's like having an ultra wide monitor while everybody else is using 16:9. So that is a real gaming advantage when it comes to Xperia 5 Mark II and 1 Mark II. So unfortunately, I've got to give this phone back to Sony soon. And if you guys want to see any particular content before I send it back, please let me know what you want to see in the comments below, and I will do my best to make that for you guys. And if you've just found WhatGear reviews for the first time, consider subscribing if you like Sony tech, as well as loads of other tech related stuff. And if you do that, you will be one of the finest subscribers known to man. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Don't be late.